Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I was debating whether to do watch the Christmas Invasion and review it now, or to wait until when I get the chance to review season two. And I thought, well, HBO Max technically lists it as part of season one, so I'll just do that. So this is the first episode to feature David Tennant as the Doctor, and I think he does a really good job. He's kind of I don't know. He's kind of sidelined in the first half of the episode, which is I actually like because it focuses more on Rose coming to terms with the Doctor's changed appearance. Um, I like Jackie and Mickey are there to support her, and they're just really confused. Like, why is he look like that now? This episode also features the return of Harriet Jones. Now she's the Prime Minister. You know who she is? So she's a really interesting character in the story. I'll get a little back to it later, though. So the TARDIS has landed down in modern day London. I guess the Doctor, like before he regenerated, planned it to be like that. And he collapses, and he spends the whole episode collapsed, like just kind of sleeping in the bed, and he's like having a fever and stuff. This is kind of typical for a lot of Doctors regenerating. I remember Capaldi when he his first episode he spent a lot of time in bed. um, I know it was similar to that with John Poultry. He was kind of just sleeping in a hospital the whole time. But just like those other times, it's very inconvenient because the Earth is being invaded again. Nobody seems to remember last time it happened, even though it was like 6 episodes ago, which is a bit strange. I feel like people would remember that. My theory on that is that Unit erases everybody's memories every time the Earth gets invaded because it has happened so many times. The fact that nobody ever remembers it happening is a bit off-putting, especially with like the news nowadays. So yeah, every time that happens, Earth puts like a spell on everybody. Well, like not a spell, some science wibbly wobbly stuff to make everybody forget the Earth was invaded. That's my theory, at least. If not Unit, then maybe Toltred. So the Earth is being invaded by the Sycorax, who has used this blood sample to control everybody whose blood is AB positive. I don't know my blood type, so I don't know if I would have been controlled or not in this fake TV show. So that he like uses them as kind of like a hostage, and he has them all like stand on the windowsills or like the roof of buildings. We see this all across the road. We see this in like Paris on the Eiffel Tower. We see this in India in that big like Coliseum thing. We see this at random apartment building B. That was kind of I don't know. I don't know why they showed that next to, like all these other big national monuments. But anyway, Harriet Jones is trying to like figure out how to deal with these aliens, and apparently Toltrid has this Death Star thing that could just shoot people through the sky, which is that's cool. Good for them. And so the Rose, Mickey, Jackie's stuck at home. Rose and Mickey and the Doctor are transported to the ship. So are Harriet Jones and her two guys. She's like, I speak for the planet, but like she's only one country in the entire planet, so I don't know how you could speak for the entire planet. Um, Well, after spending the entire episode in the TARDIS, some tea makes the Doctor wake up, and he exits the TARDIS, and as soon as he opens the doors, you know he's the Doctor. I like this because they've been holding you in anticipation the entire time as to like what his Doctor's going to be like, and even he doesn't know what he's going to be like. He kind of like goes through this whole speech while then challenging the Sycorax man to a duel with a sword. So he's kind of I don't know. It kind of reminds me of John Poultry, how John Poultry isn't afraid to kick people's ass sometimes, but the Doctor is still very he's still very noble about it. Like I said, so they have this duel. The Doctor loses his hand. I wonder if that's ever going to come up later, because when he loses his hand, Jack finds it, uses it to find the Doctor. That leads to the Master. The hand also lets the Doctor regenerate into himself, which makes Donna touch the hand, turning into the Doctor. So anyway, all of like these events in the series happen because he loses his hand. So his first episode sets up the major arc for the rest of his series. I don't know if Russell planned this from the beginning, but it's very smart. Um, at least he's like smart enough to like use past elements from other episodes and tie them all together. But that's something I appreciate about Russell. Like it seems like all of his stories are like one huge arc, even like season by season. But anyway, he challenges the Sycorax to a duel, and the Sycorax lose. So they're like, "Fine, we'll fuck off. We'll go somewhere else." And he's like, "Cool." But then Harriet Jones is like, "Well, what if they come back? You know, what if they kill us again?" So she lets Torchwood blow them up. And the Doctor doesn't like this, obviously, but I feel like Harriet was in the right in this position. I know that's an unpopular opinion, because we're meant to side with the Doctor, but I think Harriet was looking out for her planet. And I think she did everything she thought she could do. Because, like, how does she know they're not going to come back? How does the Doctor know that? Um, she had to take what measures were necessary. So I think she did the right thing. Hashtag justice for Harriet Jones. The Doctor is way too dirty to her, but I like how she drove her out of office by saying, "Doesn't she look tired?" and her wondering what he said made her go crazy. So it was kind of funny twist in the end. So I liked that. But yet again, the Doctor was a little bit too harsh. And then him and Rose leave. And Mickey's like, "Are you going to leave again?" It's like, you say this every episode. I think he'd get used to this by now. But yeah, I don't know. It's a great episode. Jackie was really good in this one. Mickey was good. Rose, the Doctor, they were all great in this episode. I liked Harry Jones coming back. It was a nice tie-in to like the previous season by having a lot of the main characters come back. Yeah, it's just a very solid episode. And, I think this Tennant guy might be a pretty good doctor. I don't know. Just guessing. So, what did you think about this one? Let me know down in the comments. Now, I'm going to hold off a while before I talk about season 2, like I said, because series 13 is coming back. Yay! I can't wait to see another Chibnall season. But I'm going to stick by and watch it as it goes up in flames. Now I'm trying to remain somewhat optimistic about Series 13. Flux. Uh, However, he has disappointed me 2 times before, so why would 3 be any different? Unless we're talking about the Star Wars prequels, where 1 and 2 are garbage movies, but Revenge of the Sith's actually okay. So hopefully Flux is the Revenge of the Sith of the Chibnall era. Either way, Russell's coming back in 2 years, so it's not like Doctor Who's dead. It's like the end of A Clash of Kings, when Winterfell's not dead, it's just broken. That's what I think about Doctor Who at this point. So join me on the day of Halloween, or the day after Halloween, whenever I review that episode. And I'll be talking about it. The good, the bad, mostly bad. But yeah, I don't know. It's been fun watching these episodes though, because it reminds me like Doctor Who as a whole is a great show. Most of the seasons, besides that first one with McCoy, wasn't a big fan of his full the one with Mel. I don't like that. But besides that, almost every other season has been solid. So I don't know. At least I have that to watch and endless audios. So that's nice. Um, so yeah, let me down below what you thought of the Christmas invasion. Do you think Flux is gonna be any good? Probably not. But I'll be cautiously optimistic. It would be cool to have a 6-part adventure. First time we've had like a whole season arc since Trial of a Time Lord, which wasn't that good, but still better than anything Chibnall did. I feel like I'm kind of rambling on, so I'm just gonna leave you guys. Bye.